Today, I'm diving into something a bit unusual but incredibly intriguing, the results of my 3-day sardine fast. Yes, you heard that right. For 3 days straight, I ate nothing but sardines, and I'm here to share all the details with you. If you're curious about how this affected my weight, blood pressure, heart rate, and overall well-being, stick around because you won't want to miss this. What is the 3-day sardine diet? The 3-day sardine diet is exactly what it sounds like, a diet where you eat sardines as your main food source for 3 days straight. But why sardines? These small, oily fish are packed with essential nutrients, including omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, vitamin D, and protein. Not only are they nutritious, but they're also convenient and relatively inexpensive compared to other protein sources. My journey to the sardine diet. Before jumping into the sardine diet, I had been following a high-fat carnivore diet for 2 months. My version of this diet was particularly high in fat. 90% of my daily calories came from fat, and only 10% from protein. For context, most people on a high-fat diet typically aim for an 80-20 or 75-25 ratio, but I took it a step further. Initially, the results were unexpected. I gained around 40 pounds in the first month. My weight skyrocketed from 314 pounds to over 350 pounds, which was shocking. It wasn't just the weight gain that concerned me, my blood pressure increased, and my resting heart rate hit 100 beats per minute. I knew something had to change. That's when I decided to try the sardine diet. My goal was to see if this could help break the weight stall I was experiencing and improve my health markers. Day 1, starting the sardine diet. On the first day, I started with a variety of sardines, some packed in water, others in oil. I even experimented with adding a bit of cod liver oil to keep my fat intake high. Surprisingly, I enjoyed the taste of sardines, even though I hadn't eaten them since I was a kid. For those curious, I consumed around 7 cans of sardines a day, which, for someone of my size, wasn't a lot of fuel. But it was sufficient to keep me satiated throughout the day. I also avoided sardines packed in olive oil since I'm trying to stick to a strict carnivore diet. Day 2, the sardine challenge continues. By the second day, I noticed a few changes. My ketone levels, which indicate how deep into ketosis I was, had spiked to 1.8, the highest they had ever been. Ketosis is a metabolic state where your body burns fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates, which is a primary goal for many people on low-carb diets. My weight also started to drop, going from 338 pounds to 332 pounds. However, I also began to feel the monotony of eating sardines. They started to feel more like fuel than food, something I had to consume rather than something I enjoyed. Day 3, the final stretch. By the third day, my weight had dropped further to 327 pounds. My ketones reached an all-time high of 3.1, which was surprising. Despite the encouraging numbers, the diet was beginning to wear on me. The once enjoyable sardines were now just something I had to get through. I also noticed some negative effects. My blood sugar was starting to rise slightly, which was a concern since one of my goals was to lower my fasting insulin levels. However, this could have been influenced by other factors like stress and sleep, which weren't ideal during this experiment. The results: did it work? So, did the 3-day sardine diet work? The results were mixed. On the one hand, I saw a significant drop in weight, and my ketones reached levels I hadn't seen before. On the other hand, my blood sugar levels were a bit higher than expected, and the weight loss plateaued by the end of the diet. In terms of how I felt, I was surprised to find that I didn't feel much different from when I was on my high-fat carnivore diet. The sardines did their job, but I didn't feel any significant boost in energy or mood. The diet was effective in breaking the weight stall I was experiencing, but it wasn't a magic bullet. Lessons learned: is the sardine diet for you? If you're considering the 3-day sardine diet, here are a few things to keep in mind. 1. Taste and variety. If you enjoy the taste of sardines, this diet could be a breeze for you. However, if you're not a fan, the monotony might be challenging. 2. Cost. Depending on where you live, the cost of sardines can add up, especially if you're eating multiple cans a day. 3. Health markers. Keep an eye on your blood pressure, heart rate, and blood sugar levels. While some people may experience positive changes, others might see less favorable results. 4. Sustainability. This diet is not meant to be a long-term solution. It's more of a short-term challenge to kickstart your weight loss or break through a plateau. The 3-day sardine diet was an interesting experiment. It wasn't a game changer for me, but it did provide some insights into how my body responds to different diets. If you're curious about trying it yourself, I'd say go for it, but make sure you're prepared for the potential ups and downs. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. If you found this video helpful or just interesting, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more health experiments and diet reviews. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming content. And if you've ever tried a diet like this, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about your experiences. Until next time, take care and stay healthy.